Vision for Children in Liberia, we are asking our audience, and we asking people who have been around us, who stood by us through all our programs, trying to collect lay funding to send back to Liberia. But our dream is even bigger next year. 2017, we trying to get a target of at least $50,000. That will help to do something in Liberia. Because what we're looking at is we're trying to look at how we can start a ground root, restructuring, children that was victim in the country. Our target here is merely on the street. Let's take for instance, children who are vulnerable. Okay, let's say the victim from the Ebola crisis and the 14-year civil war. I mean, if you observe in the street of Liberia, there are some children, who just going around. Don't even know what to do. So we want to be able to give them hope. And how do we do that? We trying to organize a program in such a way that we can be able to kind of go through some screen line, trying to make sure to identify them, and then take them to an orphanage home, supply them with food, until they are developed in the mind, and then we can send them back to school. So there's a program that we are running, in Liberia, and we really want people, to come in to support us so we can continue the good work in Liberia. But before anything, I will give you some background of our project. And there is a 3-year project that we own. And the first year is gone. We try, but we couldn't meet our goal because of financial problem that we facing right now. So let me just give you some background. Vision for Children in Liberia Inc. is a 501c3 non-profit charitable organization. We seek to give the desperately needed children of Liberia and a good future. VCL is incorporated under the law of the state of New York and of the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 of the United States. Our primary mission is to provide a safe, nurturing, and caring learning environment for the children of Liberia and New York City, respectively. What that means, it means that if a Liberian is living in New York City, not only Liberia, I mean African, let's say African for that matter, okay, who desperately in need. We also want to cater to those needs, of children who really cannot afford. There are some children just out there, looking for help one way or the other. Whether it be in New York or Liberia, we also want to kind of focus on those children, to encourage them and see how best, we can address their needs. All right? Now, our vision and mission. Our vision here is to see that the children of Liberia and New York City become a model of change. Fundamentally, we seek to cater to the urgent need of children and families dealing with crises such as homelessness, abuse, neglect, and lack of education. Our mission is to reach out with a strong passion to cultivate new seeds of education for all our children, especially those caught up in this dual tragedy of civil war and the Ebola crisis I just passed. And those to break the barriers of rejection and building bridges among the healthcare, education, and political system of the country that will bring fundamental change. We strive to equally provide a safe home environment as well as nurturing and caring learning space for the children of Liberia and New York City respectively. But how can we get there? We can get there if we have financial support. So we have so much to offer, and that's why we're asking the public and we're asking the audience to try their best to keep supporting us, because these are things that we really want to address. Now, our goal, it is expected that this project will target at least 500 plus children in Monrovia, Liberia, and its environs by sheltering them in approved orphanage homes, where they will regain hope through our educational system that we're going to structure, counseling and hot meal program that is not only carrying into the orphanage home, but also be able to provide them with food as well. Because when somebody is traumatized, you know what I mean, and then you take them from the street and carry them to the orphanage home, just send it to school. We believe that the mind is not well rested. So as a result, that child won't do good. But what we do here is we put them through the counseling process where we speak to them, we talk to them, and we counsel them. And then eventually send them back to school. So that is our goal. Okay? The organization long-term goal is to cater to the urgent need of children and families dealing with crises such as homelessness, major health care needs, abuse, neglect, and lack of education due to the 14-year civil war and the prevailing Ebola crisis that just occurred in West Africa. Okay? Now, I want to give you our project description of how we're going to implement this project. All right? And go like this. The Ebola pandemic in Liberia civil war left hundreds of our most vulnerable children visually homeless and without access to basic health care service and education. This project is called Life After Ebola. So then after the Ebola crisis, what happened next? So what was the life after the Ebola crisis? When the Ebola crisis came in Liberia, what happened is we observed that a lot of people died. Okay, a lot of parents died, and they were survived by these children. Now, so what are we doing after that crisis? Okay, the governor of Liberia, I must commend them. They're doing their best. But we, the Oxa, we the origin of Liberia, we that were born and came in different country. What are we doing? What are our push in? All right. So we founded a program called the Life After Ebola Crisis. Now, I will give you some details of the Life After Ebola Crisis. Okay? Now, the Life After Ebola Crisis aims to immediately provide shelter for the children who need it. Okay? How do we do that? We have the process. We have to identify to make sure that child was victim, or that child have no parents, and that child have no hope. That's why we come in to be able to cater to that child to go through the process in trying to have that child go to an orphanage home. Okay? And over the long term, improve their living condition. Now, the Visa long-term goal is to foster a commitment to young children that will prompt pro-social friendship, strong interpersonal skills, and re-asset a sense of hope in the future. Only through personal relationship can a sense of individual responsibility be re-established that will give youth the commitment to follow paths to education with a sense of pride and accomplishment. So when we have those children into this process, the program which you sponsoring, this is the structure I'm giving you, how it's going to go. Because we have to be able to establish that sense of relationship, that sense of social skills. These children, if they have those sense, of interpersonal relationship, where they can socialize with friends, we also believe that they will be able to accomplish their life in trying to pursue what their dream is. Now, through repeated failure in the classroom and the development of the destructive habits at risk, young people have lost faith in the possibilities that will have awaited them if they have been successfully inputting their lives together. To accomplish this goal, young people must be in a caring, inclusive learning environment that promote their best efforts and reinforce personal respect. Our Life After Ebola program is a program that is in direct response to the growing number of young people that are either falling through the crack at school or are already entangled with the juvenile court system. And there is where we come from. And there is what we want to do. So when these children have gone through those mindsets, have been traumatized, and they go through this process. So when they come, what happened to them? So Vision for Children in Liberia also want to address that needs in 2017. And that's why we are kind of asking you to come in. So we have the script, we have the program written, but we need a financial aspect to be able to implement these programs into Liberia. Now, let me give you further details. The mentor of the program is to identify children who are going to have a turbulent transition to adulthood and offer a positive support system to avoid the pitfall that can derail their lives. The focus is slightly different at each age or grade level, but the mentor remains the same. Empower the young person to make positive changes in his or her life. VCR is focused primarily on middle school youth. It is projected that within 3 years, 50% of the system eligible students will be enrolled in middle school. This age group is particularly vulnerable, and it is a perfect time for the mentoring to be effective. At that age, it is a perfect time for that mentoring to be effective in terms of what you want to do, in trying to bring them up to regain their social and their moral ability to do good in life. So VCL Youth Mentoring Program will pair a youth with a mentor for 12 months. We're going to have this program for 12 months in 2017. If God help us, we have the funding for that. We're going to have this program where we're going to pair those youth, for like 12 months. Okay? During that time, the two will participate in weekly planned activities to strengthen the relationship between the two and improve the young person's confidence and hopefulness. Mentor will receive continued training throughout the year and will participate in Monday meeting to review and report on a young person's progress. Over time, VCL will create a learning environment that will be an invaluable resource to young people, aspiring mentor, and the community at large. This quick impact project will last for 2 months. We're gonna do that exercise like for 2 months. All right. Now, someone on the live chat might ask question: what will be our target segment strategy, or what strategy are we going to put in place to meet this goal? The life after Ebola, which is called life in short, will be young people aged 8 to 16 who have developed destructive habits that will lead down a path of hopelessness. VCL has created a sense of mentoring program that pair the young person with a trained mentor who will assist him or her in developing the habits and perspectives that will lead to success and hopefulness in the future. All right. Now, what is our fundraising strategy for the coming 2017? One may ask. So what we did was Vision for Children in Liberia funding sources include private donation, federal and state contract, grant from private foundations, school districts, and business sponsorship. The program fundraising coordinator has established a number of contribution options that a supporter can select from. Okay, as follows. We have cash donation from $1,000 to sponsor a youth for a year to $30 to fund the outdoor challenge course that all participants take part in. All right. 2, we have a gift of appreciated stock. A gift of appreciated stock bonds mutual fund can both support the program and provide tax saving to the donor. Okay, and then we have legacy gift, a planned gift in a will, trust, or other estate plan. All right, then we'll also have the corporate giving and sponsorship. Business can provide cash or grant. Business are also encouraged to participate in live fundraising events that take place throughout the year. These events include fundraise, bag raise, raffle, etc., etc., etc. All right. So the beneficiary of this program, okay, our beneficiaries are children within Painesville, Monrovia, specifically those in Jacobtown, 72nd community area that were highly hit by the Ebola crisis. And our aim and objective is to facilitate reduction of extreme poverty and homelessness address healthcare needs, hunger, and social injustice, and empower children through sustainable transformation and income generation in Liberia. And the duration of the project is for 3 years. That is from July 2015 of August 2018. So we are kind of appealing to the public or whoever listening to the live media to continue to support us, in trying to implement this project in 2017. Because we have roughly 2 more years to go with this project. And I believe at the end of the day, that project, depending on the financial aspect, will have an impact in our children's lives, in a positive way, in trying for them to be driven to do the right thing. If you have any question, you feel free to ask me. I will always be here back live, to keep giving you more information as the project progress, and all we receive or what we achieve, during the process, we're going to be in touch with you. I hope this, satisfy the public hearing. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it. Bye.